Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at post-nerf Dragunov. And we're going to be looking at specific things and what they actually mean for the character. For example, Dragunov's combo damage has been nerfed slightly. Probably not as much as everybody expected. For example, this while running 2 counter hit combo it used to do 100 damage, but now look at the damage. $92, so only 8 less damage. 92 damage for a while running 2 combo is still very, very high. Without heat, mind you. I didn't do heat burst or anything. So 92 damage is still very, very high. So his combo damage is still high. While running 4 out the wall, he still does pretty good damage out the wall as well. Do something like this, it still does half your health bar. Or even just doing this. Without the back 3 there. Still does half your health bar. So, yeah. Dragunov has still got very good damage in his combos. Very beefy damage. But yeah, his combo damage is still very high. However, what he's been really heavily nerfed on is his big P stagger low, his Hatchet Low, which is down back 3+4. So down back 3+4, instead of it being +7, now it's +3. So you can actually move around. Really, generally it's agreed upon that you don't step anything if you're -5 or more, or -6. Somewhere around that, 4, 5, or 6, it's very difficult to step follow-up attacks. So this being +3, is actually pretty damn good if you're on the receiving end of this. Even though it still does 20 damage, or 23 damage, sorry. +3 is still very good for us. So the key things about Downback 3+4 that have been changed, I'm going to go over them and what they actually mean for the defender, right? So it's -31 now. It staggers, so anybody can launch this. Steve can launch this. You can do delay hop kicks. It always should have been a stagger low, in my opinion, so it's good that they actually changed this. But it's very good that it staggers now. I'm actually really glad they did that because it now staggers. Kazuya can twin piston this at certain ranges when it was blocked. Kazuya couldn't twin piston this, which is a really annoying if you block this, because it was -15. Kazuya couldn't do while standing 2, of course, because that's 16 frames. That's 16 frames. So yeah, I'm glad that they made this a stagger low. What is pretty cool about this is if I get the opponent Dragunov to do Downback 3+4 and loop it, right? This is pretty important because they reduced the actual distance of the move. They reduced the range of the move quite a lot. So now I can literally just backdash once and evade the second attack. Which is pretty cool, right? You cannot sidestep after getting hit. If they try and do it again and you try and sidestep, that won't work because it tracks too well to the right side. Pretty cool thing about this is if you look at the distance from opponent here at the bottom left, if I go to like 280, right? Oh, that's still too close. 290. It's about 3. Around here, right? 290, 280, 289. So you see that back 1+2 whiffs there? Let's try down back 3+4. I can get the distance right. That also whiffs. Back 3-4, the first hit whiffs, which is pretty important. Up forward 4 whiffs, and also a really important move. Down forward 2 also whiffs. And basically the same distance with down 2. Although I think down 2 has slightly more range. But basically my point is, you can now backdash away let's say you're getting pressure with back 1+2, right? Usually in Tekken 7, for example, to get away from a load of pressure, like grabs, down 2, I mean, that's always going to have more reach, but down forward 2, a lot of other key attacks that he has. Up forward 4 is orbital, back 4, this has more range, down forward 4, but another back 1+2, any grab. Basically, what you do is you would backdash once. Or sometimes you backdash twice. But sometimes all you need to do is backdash once, like in the case with now, down back 3+4, you just backdash once, like I just showed you. Which kind of brings back to the same kind of counter Dragunov, like anti-Dragunov, that we saw in Tekken 7. More or less. Obviously, he has down back 3+4, which is +3, which is a +3 low. He still has that. But it's much riskier for him to do that because everybody's going to punish it. You can't really fail punishing that now, even for Kazuya Twin Pistons. But the fact that you can backdash and he can't loop it makes it more difficult for Dragunov now to initiate pressure. Now he has to commit to a wall running 2, which takes some time. And obviously, wall running 2, you step that to the left, right? So he does run some risk using that. Quite a lot of risk, actually. You can also very easily step while running 2 after this to either side, actually. Like, even if I just do a small side step here, it's going to whiff. Even on either side, really, but really you want to step that to left. So it makes it more risky for him to actually do that after the stagger. And also, if he does down back 3+4, really, to be honest, I said step to the left, but actually you should step to the right after this, I think. I mean, he could do any other attack that he wants, but these two options, you can just step them both to the right, which is pretty important, right? And another thing about this this nerve is, so even with back 1+2, if it's done at tip range, you can still backdash out of the pressure of Hatchet. Which I think actually makes the character a bit more interesting, right? Because he has to think a little bit more about distance and range. Obviously, this is only at tip range it's worked. But it's pretty cool, right? Now you actually have a lot of counterplay. Or you have a lot more options to counterplay down back 3+4. Whereas before, there really wasn't any. One interesting thing about this nerve is the fact that it's +3 on hit, right? If your opponent is spamming here and you do down forward 2, you'll get interrupted. Back 4-3, you'll get interrupted. Back 3, you'll get interrupted. Even back 3. Down back 2, you'll get interrupted. If you want to do these strings, you'll get interrupted because it's only +3, right? It's not +4. So it's a big deal that it's +3 instead of +4, for example. It's a big deal. And also, this is kind of jumbled, this video, I know, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of things about this move. If you backdash once after getting hit by down back 3, you can backdash once to avoid back 1+2, down forward 2, and down back 3+4. So let me just record these quickly and show you. The first one I want to show you is back 1+2. So a tip range now. This is going to whiff. You can also, it's the same thing with down forward 2, right? And also, obviously, as we discussed before, they can't loop them anymore, which is a big deal, man. It's a big deal. Another thing about this move, see how it knocks them really far away now? After they're hit grounded with down back 3+4, they're hit really far away. So you get way less Oki, right? way less OP, which is important. Right, that is down back 3+4. Quite a lot to that move that's changed. And a lot of different answers for different things. Apologies if it was a bit jumbled on the order that I was talking about those things. There's just a lot to talk about with that move in particular. A lot of things have changed with that. Right, now on to While Running 2. While Running 2 is interesting, right? Now it's +4 instead of +6 on block. It had a damage nerf as well, and weirdly with this move, it's strange that they made it +4 instead of +5, because now you can interrupt the down forward 2. It trades with back 4, so if it trades with back 4, you won't get back 4 3, right? The 3 won't come out. You'll get your trade with a jab, and that's a heat engager, so that's a big deal. It also even trades with back 3. It trades with down back 2. I mean, what 13 frame stuff do you actually use for this? I suppose you could do this, or you could do down forward 1. Probably not going to commit to down forward 1-4, are you? Obviously, +4 is still good, right? It's still very good, but it's interesting they made it +4 and not +5. I just thought that was interesting because now down forward 2 gets interrupted, this trades, and this trades, what else? This gets interrupted. Yeah, it's interesting. It's just an interesting thing there that they changed it not to +5 but to +4. To be honest, it makes more sense for it to be +5, but it's still +4. It's still plus, right? So onto full crouch down forward 1-4. If the full crouch down forward 1-4, if the first hit counter hitted, then it would knock down and you'd get guaranteed sneak 4 when they're grounded on the floor, right? Now you don't get that. Now counter hit is basically the same. 9-10, and then if I take him off counter hit, 8-10. So you get one more you get one more damage for counter hit. One more damage, which is pretty insane. Yeah, it's a big deal. Because that used to give you so much damage. It used to be like 49 damage or something. Now it's 22. With some chip damage, with 1 chip damage, right? 1 chip damage. I noticed that they changed the chip damage on a lot of different things that weren't even in the patch notes. There's a lot with Assassina, which we'll cover in another video. Very interesting stuff. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about is back 4-2-1. If the last hit counter hits, it scales like crazy, right? This used to do more damage, but now it scales. So if you're in heat and you do this, you get a heat dash combo, right? I just messed it up. Hang on. Get something like this. Right, you still get good damage from it, but it's not monstrous like it was before. It's still pretty high though. Its combo damage is still very high. So that kind of wraps up the nerfs. I wanted to go over a couple of things in detail, especially down back 3+4, because there's a lot more you can actually do against this move now, especially if it hits you. You can actually move around because it's only +3. It doesn't lock you down like it did before, and because of the reduced range, there's a lot of stuff you can actually just backdash away from, which is a big deal if you're trying to defend against this character. In conclusion, I honestly don't know where he's going to be. If I was to put him in a tier, I have no idea, because I haven't really played against many Dragunovs. I've only played against a couple. But he's still, initial thoughts, he still seems pretty strong. A +3 low that does 20 damage is still, in my eyes, a good low. It's still a good low. He still has power mids. He still has homing grabs, 11 frame homing grabs. He still has parries, and he still has good combo damage. While Running 2 still good at +4. Maybe it should have been +5, I don't know, just because of the things I mentioned a minute ago. But yeah, I think it brings him down more in line with the other characters, at first glance anyway. I need to play more against Dragunovs to actually build up a better conclusion, thoughts. on where the character sits right now. But yeah, that's going to wrap up the video, guys. If you like the video, leave a like. And if you're new here and you want to find your way back, hit the subscribe button down below. That's going to be it from me. Take it easy, guys, and I will see you in the next one.